Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you what I believe is the biggest stock market mistake that investors and traders make. And I believe that after watching this video, if you truly understand this principle and implement it in your investing and trading, it can really help take your investing or trading to the next level. So make sure you stick around in this video. We see countless articles online about everyday people losing their savings when investing or trading in the stock market. For example, if you take a look at this article, it mentions that a school teacher from California wiped out $70,000 in savings trading on Robinhood. And on this article, it mentions that a person thought day trading would be a thrill, and that person ended up losing $127,000. And if you thought only individuals are susceptible to losing huge amounts of money in the stock market, you're wrong. It is not just retail investors and traders who lose money in the stock market. In fact, companies, hedge funds, and even family offices are also susceptible to losing huge amounts of money in the stock market. Recently, Archegos Capital Management, a family office, was forced to unload $20 billion of shares following its inability to meet margin obligation to brokers. Right? So it's not just individuals such as the retail investors and traders who are susceptible to losing huge amounts of money in the stock market. We have seen big companies, hedge funds, and even family offices who manage to lose huge amounts of money in the stock market. So what do all of them have in common? They all committed the same biggest stock market mistake, which is the lack of prioritization of protecting their capital. These retail investors and traders and even the family office all prioritize making huge returns in the stock market over the preservation of their capital, which is the biggest mistake that I believe anyone can make in the stock market. Right now, I want to share with you the investment principles that I religiously abide to that has helped me not only preserve my capital, but also be consistently profitable in the stock market. These are the 3 investment principles that I strictly follow to, and they are in order of importance. The first is the preservation of capital, the second is consistent profitability, and the third is pursuit of superior returns. So I prioritize the first point, which is the preservation of capital, the most. To be frank, I don't think I'm much smarter than those retail investors and traders and even the family officers who lost money in the stock market. But what separates me from them is that I prioritize the preservation of capital as the most important thing when I invest and trade in the stock market, while those retail investors and traders and the family office prioritize the pursuit of superior returns as the most important. I'm not saying that as investors and traders in the stock market that we should not pursue superior returns. What we should do first is prioritize the preservation of our capital. After we have achieved our solid foundation on the preservation of capital, then we build on consistent profitability. And after we have mastered preservation of capital and consistent profitability, then we can build on that foundation and then go for superior returns. So it should be in that order. First, the preservation of capital, followed by consistent profitability, and then finally the pursuit of superior returns. And in the next few minutes, I'll share with you why focusing on the preservation of capital will naturally lead to consistent profitability and superior returns. Risk should be the prime concern. Before we enter any of our position in the stock market, we always want to determine the potential risk first before the potential reward. And the potential risk should be the determining factor in whether we should take a position or not in the stock market. As investors and traders in the stock market, all of our goals is to gain capital. And in order to gain capital, we have to be consistently profitable. But if you think about it, to be consistently profitable, we have to preserve our gains and minimize our losses. If we are able to earn more than we lose, which means that we gain capital for our portfolio, then over time, if we repeat this consistently, we will be profitable. So remember how earlier I said that when we preserve our capital, we are naturally able to be consistently profitable in the stock market? Because if you think about it, if we keep earning more than we lose, we are not only preserving our capital, but we are also gaining capital at the same time. And by repeating this process, over time, we are led naturally to consistent profitability. And that is why there's also this saying that if you focus on managing your risk, your returns will take care of themselves. So our priority as investors and traders in the stock market is to preserve our capital. And to preserve our capital, we have to manage our risk intelligently. And only after we have mastered the principle of the preservation of our capital, then we can move forward to the next step, which is consistent profitability. And as we have seen earlier on just now, by mastering the first principle, we are naturally led to the second principle. And only after we have mastered both the first principle and the second principle, then we can move on to the third principle, which is the pursuit of superior returns. By strictly following these investment principles, not only am I able to preserve my capital, but I'm also able to be profitable in the stock market. The biggest stock market mistake that many investors and traders make in the stock market is to prioritize the third principle first. They prioritize the pursuit of superior returns before even the preservation of capital. And because they neglect the preservation of capital, they had to experience huge losses in the stock market. And I want to reiterate this point once again. The pursuit of superior returns doesn't have to be exclusive from preservation of capital. There are many investors and traders out there who manage to achieve superior returns in the stock market while also preserving their capital. And what separates these successful investors and traders from those not so successful ones are that these successful investors and traders prioritize the preservation of capital first, but the not so successful one prioritize the pursuit of superior returns first. And that is the biggest stock market mistakes that many investors and traders are making. If you have learned something from this video, smash the like button because it will really help the channel grow and allow me to produce more content such as this. And if you are new to this channel and haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel because each week I release new videos about investing, trading and the stock market. I'll see you in those other videos. To your financial success.